Using wheelchairs to shuttle the severely wounded off Boylston Street was just one of several emergency ad-libs that day.
And so a lot of it just fell into place because of strong individuals and a collective desire to be the best we could be.
He's talking about the hundreds of volunteers who quickly converted the medical tent into a trauma unit.
We were very well set up. The cards were stacked in our favor in terms of being able to respond rapidly.
We sat down with 3 of the folks who led last year's effort, launched just after Marathon Medical Coordinator Chris Troyanos told a colleague that things couldn't be going better.
And as soon as that word better came out of my mouth, the first bomb went off.
Dr. Pierre Demacourt was nearby.
And then we heard the second explosion.
Things had been going so smoothly inside that Dr. Aaron Bagish had gone out to the finish line, where the first blast blew out his right eardrum.
Was over the barricade within 30 seconds of it happening, and the next 20 minutes were a complete just blur of intensity, but also a sense of clarity.
Clarity that his team's mission was no longer about dehydration and cramping, it was about saving lives.
And the teamwork that went into kind of doing the on-site triage and extrication was unbelievable.
Troyanos still doesn't remember running over with a wave of tent volunteers.
What we've always talked about is it was nothing that we did up there that was fancy or different. It was basic first aid. It was hemorrhage control.
Within 18 minutes, the injured either went to the hospital or were ferried to the tent, where the calm belied the carnage.
It was a calmness that I've never experienced. I can't even imagine it. And I think that's what the cameras didn't show.
It's not just erect a tent, throw a couple of cots in, and away you go.
Near the spot where this year's bigger medical tent will be, the man who has spent decades perfecting it still wonders about the echoes of last April.
I don't think it's completely played out.
How have things been since we saw each other last?
Sports cardiologist Bagish admits to a healing process that has been both challenging and powerful for his heart.
There have been a number of conversations in front of the mirror that have been tough dialogues.
But come this year's starting gun, all vow to be ready, along with hundreds of volunteers, to help restore this event to what it was.
People want this race to be the Boston Marathon, which has forever been linked to good feelings and good sentiments, and that's where we need to get back to.
Ken MacLeod, WBZ News.